Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Let me turn my obnoxious fan off there. I'm trying to be quiet because the rest of my house is asleep right now and it's really late. Well, I guess for the rest of the world. For me it still feels kind of early, but I'm like tired as hell right now. But anyway, never mind me still chewing because I'm eating pizza. I'm starving. I've hardly had anything to eat. But anyway, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier and we were discussing the subject of a receding hairline. And so I mentioned that I had a natural remedy for that, and he happened to say that I should do a video on it. So shout out to you, Ramon. I will post his, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart moment because I am sleep deprived. I will post the info for his YouTube channel down below. The name of his channel is Symphony Pro. He is awesome. You should totally go check him out. Anyway, so he inspired this video and I figured why not do a little demo. So this is going to be kind of awkward because I'm still filming from my webcam and I have you like on my counter here and my stove is here, as you can see. So I'm going to be like, you're basically going to see my hands and just like the front part of me for most of the video, but this is what I'm working with no tripod. So anyway, this is a really basic like recipe. It doesn't contain a whole lot of ingredients. I have a pot of boiling water over here. Well, it's kind of simmering right now because I don't need it that hot. And my whole point of doing that is because, excuse me, coconut oil is solid at room temperature, as I'm sure most of you know. My house is a little warm, so it's a little softer than room temperature. I'm sorry, softer than what it would be at room temperature. And so it kind of comes out looking like Crisco if you've never used it before. And so I usually do about 2 teaspoons. You can do more or less depending on the length of your hair, how big of a batch you want to make at one time, all different things. You can make a larger batch and keep it, you know, on hand so you don't have to keep making it every time you use it. But I just feel like the ingredients are fresher. Try to move you up so you're not just seeing my mouth. I feel like the ingredients are fresher if you make it each time you use it. But if you don't have time, you're super busy, you can definitely make a bigger batch of it and just keep it in a cool, dark place. Because particularly for the Jamaican black castor oil, which is like the main hair growth ingredient, it's kind of important that it stay in a dark bottle, hence why most Jamaican black castor oils come in a dark bottle. And I'm not particular about the brand. Like, this is the brand that I use. I don't know how well you can see it. It's called Sunny Isle, and it's the extra dark Jamaican black castor oil. It doesn't have any filler oils, which you have to look out for. You want the 100% pure Jamaican black castor oil. So I did 2 teaspoons of the coconut oil, which you can use any carrier oil. The reason you need a carrier oil, or a thinner oil basically, is because this is a really thick, sticky oil. Like, I'm not trying to do this over top of my laptop, but if you look, like when you pour it out, if you just like feel it, which sounds funny, if you just feel the oil itself, it's very sticky and doesn't exactly remind you of any oil you've ever used before, because to me, oils are just supposed to be like runny and messy and whatnot, but this is like sticky, tacky kind of feeling. I should have grabbed a towel, but I'm just going to use my shirt because this is going in the washer later anyway. Next ingredient, and this you can really substitute for anything. I'm using peppermint oil, and I just use the little Nature's Bounty brand. I get it at Walmart. It's really cheap, like $5 or $6, and you can put as much or as little of this in as you want. But basically what this does is it stimulates your scalp and kind of makes it feel like it's tingling. You can substitute this out for rosemary oil. If you have issues with dandruff, you can use tea tree oil. Basically a lot of different oils, anything that stimulates your scalp. Cinnamon, clove, just a wide variety of them. So I usually do about 20 drops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That may or may not have been a little more than 20, but it's not that big of a deal. Now you can either melt down the coconut oil first, or you can just combine it all together and then melt it down. It's totally up to you. I am putting it directly in the pot of water. Be very careful not to burn yourself. And it's not boiling, like I said, it's just kind of simmering. And from there, you just kind of melt it down. And while that's doing its thing, I'm just going to explain to you guys why this works. Now, in the first place, just depending on the reason for your hair loss or your receding hairline, whatever the case is, this may or may not work for you. In my case, where I've had a lot of receding hair in the past has been like when I pull my hair back, you would like see a lot of sparseness. You can still see some, but like when I was younger, about 5 years ago, I had a lot of hair fall out. Like I would wash my hair and like clumps of hair would come out in the shower. And I had a condition called Telogen Effluvium. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't even know how to spell it, so I should really look it up and like give you guys the correct name. But anyway, it's basically, it comes on by like really heavy amounts of stress. And that can be any type of stress. It can be a sickness, it can be just day-to-day stress, like if you have a really bad breakup, if you're going through family problems, really bad illness, whatever it is, but it doesn't show up till like 2 or 3 months after whatever stressful event happened. And basically what that was where normally, I think they said it's like 75% of your hair is always in a growing phase, and the other 25% is in a resting phase where the hair is just kind of sitting there and waiting to fall out so new hair can grow in. In this case, it reverses. And you got 75% of your hair that's in that resting phase ready to come out, and you've only got about 25% growing. So it was really, really bad. And I had to do something. Like I tried very hard. I don't know why that's doing it, but I'm going to turn it off because that's creepy. It shouldn't be doing that, but I just turned it down. I'm like cowering away from my stove. Excuse me while I move this over here. Anyway, so it was really pretty bad. And of course for women, not saying that men don't feel self-conscious about a receding hairline or lack of hair, but I just kind of feel like for women especially, like we attach so much of our self-esteem to our hair. And that was definitely me. There was a point where my hair was like down to my belly button. Like I call it my belly dancer hair. Like I will have to dig up an old picture of it and like insert it somewhere, or like post it up on my blog or something, because I had such long hair and I loved it, but I didn't take care of it. No one had really taught me the ins and outs of like oil treatments, excuse me, and deep conditioning treatments, and that you shouldn't wash your hair every day, and that if you're going to use heat on it, you're supposed to use a heat protectant. No one had really taught me how to do no heat styles and things like that. Like I just wasn't that educated in it. And so my hair was really split and frayed, and then with the hair loss on top of it, it was just bad. So I started trying everything. I tried taking prenatal vitamins, which people say are supposed to be really good for hair growth because of the higher iron and the higher folic acid. I tried just taking a regular multivitamin and just taking extra iron and taking extra folic acid. I tried biotin, which if you Google it, like everybody swears by it for hair growth. All it did for me really was just break me out all over my face, which I knew was the biotin because I don't naturally break out that much. I will around that time of the month, but normally no. Like my skin has always been on the drier side, and I've just, even through my teen years, I never had a whole lot of acne. But when I took the biotin, it did that, and I looked it up, and it does have that side effect with a lot of people. So I got off of that, but then granted I was taking like 5,000 micrograms of biotin a day, which your recommended daily dose is only 300. So I was going way overboard. Like my current vitamin, like I mentioned before, I take prenatals, and that particular vitamin has 300 micrograms. So it's got my full daily amount of biotin, which doesn't make me break out, but it, you know, it keeps that level. But then I started taking a particular supplement, which is a collagen supplement. And I didn't really know much about collagen except for it's the stuff that makes you have less wrinkles. And I didn't know that there was like a supplement you could take. I just assumed that it was just like creams and serums you could put on and things like that. But no, it's actually a supplement. And it is, you know what, I have it in my cupboard, so I'll just show you guys this time. this is the stuff that I take, which it's going to read it to you backwards, of course, because I always forget that this camera does mirror view. But anyway, it's the NeoCell Super Collagen Plus C, and it's 6,000 milligrams of collagen, type 1 and 3, and it's good for your hair, skin, nails, joints, and bones. And it's non-GMO, and it's gluten-free, and all that good stuff. So you're supposed to take anywhere between 3 and 6 of these a day. I usually only take 3, just because I hate taking that many pills and I'm too lazy and I forget. But anyway, taking that stuff has helped so much. Like that in conjunction with this, it's amazing. Like it's absolutely amazing. Now there's 2 versions of that vitamin though. One has biotin in it and it's like the full 5,000 micrograms. I can't take that. That's why I ended up Googling to see if they had just the collagen by itself, which they did, thank God, and they sold it at Vitamin Shop. That's where I get mine from. And it's like $10 a bottle. So that's been a big help. But this, let me just say the reason why this is like such a miracle worker in my case. I hope I didn't get water in my oil. It doesn't much matter because I wet my hair first anyway, but this is really good because in the first place, coconut oil, for example, has amazing antifungal and antibacterial properties to it. So again, if you have any issues with psoriasis, eczema, dandruff, anything like that, applying this to your scalp will be very therapeutic for that. And like I said, if you wanted to add in tea tree oil for, God, my mom's cat just literally scared the hell out of me. Let me pick my heart back up out of my feet. Anyway, I laugh at myself so many times in a day. Anyway, if you use tea tree oil in there, it will help clear up any type of dandruff or anything like that. But the peppermint oil, tea tree oil, cinnamon, clove, whatever you choose to use, will definitely make your scalp tingle. You have to choose something that will make your scalp like tingle. What that's doing is drawing blood flow to your scalp, which in turn is promoting hair growth. The more blood flow, the better hair growth. And the Jamaican black castor oil, there's several different reasons why this is good for hair growth. Castor oil is great for overall health. It's like known to be a detoxifier, like people use it in like health packs and things like that. It's just good for so many things. And this particularly has like phytosterols, which are basically plant-based nutrients in it that are just really amazing for hair growth. You can Google all of the benefits of Jamaican black castor oil for hair growth. There's probably a million other videos on YouTube. Well, I know there's a lot of them because that's actually where I got a lot of my inspiration for this particular recipe. I've seen different people combine different ingredients and do it all different ways. And it's just really an awesome, like, holy grail for hair growth. And I've definitely noticed a difference. Like, before I started doing all of this, my hair would grow maybe an inch within 3 to 4 months' time. And that's super slow. Like, I know everybody says that, you know, oh, everybody's different, everybody's hair grows at different rates. That's really slow, in my opinion. Just because we're supposed to technically grow about a half an inch of hair a month. And so a full inch is only supposed to take us like 2 months. But it was taking me about double that time. So I was getting really frustrated. And by that time, I had split ends. And then I would have to cut my hair again, and it was just this vicious cycle where my hair would just never grow past my shoulders. And I was getting so frustrated. Like, I was so mad because I knew I had the capability to grow it really, really long because I've done it before. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't get it to go any longer. And so I tried this, and I tried the collagen, and between those two, I can grow my hair about at least a half an inch a month, sometimes an inch, just depending on how well I keep up the vitamins and the treatments of the oil. And obviously your standard things: drink water, exercise, sleep, just basic things. But these two have really, really helped me. So I will list all of the ingredients down below in case you guys didn't catch any of them. And I might, don't quote me, but I might start doing blog posts again, and I may just do one on this particular subject. And you guys can check that out as well. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'm glad I finally got a chance to make it because I've been wanting to for a while, but just haven't really thought that it was all that interesting of a topic. or that it would get messy, which it kind of did, but still it was fun to do. So I hope that this kept you guys entertained, and hopefully it works for you if you decide to try it. And if you do and it works, please let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you like this kind of video, just regular talk through with no music or anything like that. And let me know if there's any other like beauty treatments or natural remedy things that you guys would like to see, because I've got a ton of them. I'm thinking of doing one about natural ways of whitening your teeth, which I have tried a couple in the past, one including oil pulling with coconut oil, and one including activated charcoal. I could do a whole video by itself just about all of the amazing benefits of activated charcoal. Like, you need to keep this stuff in your house. Anyway, let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, and I will talk to you in another video. Bye.